Hi, good morning everyone. It's Taylor here with Breakout Studios live online videos. We're getting ready to do some pointe technique this morning. So I'll get some music playing, give yourself time to get your pointe shoes on, get your ankles and toes all warmed up, and we'll get going probably in about 3 minutes or so. And also a little confession time. I usually take ibuprofen before all of these classes, and I just realized I did not take my ibuprofen this morning. So we'll see if I actually need it during these pointe classes or it was all in my mind. All right. We'll start with a similar variation of our usual warm-up, so it'll be a little bit different, but the beginning portion will be the same. So we'll start out in parallel, and we'll start with our right leg. We'll have our demi and pointe and demi back down, and demi push over the box and demi parallel. Other leg, demi and pointe and demi rolling back down, and demi push over into plie, demi and down. And then we'll have our roll throughs and up and down, and then reverse pressing up over plie. And again, keeping those heels glued tight together, and reverse over plie. Turning out to first. Same thing in first, demi and pointe, demi first, demi push over, really trying to use rotate in the hip socket and push over that second metatarsal, demi and down. Same thing other side, demi push over, rotating in the hip socket so we're not sickling, demi and first. And then our roll throughs, trying to leave the heels where they are as you straighten and press up over plie, roll through again, and reverse the roll through. And then we repeat the same thing in second position. And remember that when we're in a second in pointe shoes, we want our second to be a little bit smaller than when we're in flat shoes doing a big grand plie. So our second in pointe shoes is kind of more like a 3/4 of a foot's distance, yeah. So same thing, demi and pointe, push over, other side, roll through, reverse, roll through, reverse. And then we come back into parallel. Ooh, my hand needs to go out. And then we'll have 8 prances in parallel. Starting with the right leg, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And then staying on that leg that's in pointe, we're gonna push up to a point, and we're just gonna hold here, really squeezing the glutes, squeezing the backs of the legs, holding here for a little bit, and then resisting all the way down, nice and slowly. And then we'll finish off, hopefully there will still be music, we'll finish off with a calf stretch on each side, and then we'll be done. So our demi, pointe, demi, down, demi, push over, other side, pointe, push over, roll through, reverse the roll through, reverse the roll through, repeat that in first, repeat that in second, coming back to a parallel, 8 prances, the bottom leg stays straight, not in a plie, 8 prances. Then we're gonna press up and try to hold that balance, pushing the arches over that second metatarsal, trying to get the arches out of the ribbons, and then slowly we're just gonna resist one little metatarsal at a time, all the way down. Yeah, all right, here we go. And starting in a parallel, I hope the music is long enough for this. We will find out. So starting in a parallel, demi, pointe, demi, down. Demi and pointe, demi, back to parallel. Now we push over. Other side, demi, pointe, keeping that ankle nice and straight. Demi, push over. know if anyone else felt that little weird hip thing coming in from a second to turning into parallel, but my hip did not like that. All right, let's start now. We'll do some more kind of releves in first and second, kind of rolling through our feet here. So remember to that's right. Okay. So we'll have in first position, we have plie, releve, and lower straight. Plie, releve, lower straight. Now we reverse that. Up, straight, plie, and stretch. Up, straight, plie, tendu second. Plie, releve, and lower straight. Plie, releve, and lower straight. Up, straight, plie, stretch. Up, straight, plie, tendu first. We'll do it twice in first, or sorry, we'll do it first, second, first, second. So twice through in each position. So it starts plie, releve, lower straight for 2 times, and then we reverse up, straight, plie, and stretch. And with this one, since the releves they're not fast, they're a bit slower, really feel that articulation, especially as we're coming down straight. Try to resist, like you're coming down on like a little tennis ball or an orange underneath your heel, and you're trying to squish out all the juice. And then we're coming down into plie. We really want to exaggerate that plie and stretch. If I took that plie in slow motion, we don't wait to come down before we plie. We plie, if I did it in slow motion, it would look kind of ugly. But we start plieing right here, and then we continue to deepen the plie as our heels reach the floor, yeah? So that helps kind of protect our Achilles so that we're really coming down nicely and not slamming our heels down, just like we're landing from a jump. So plie, releve, lower straight, plie, releve, lower straight, straight, up, plie, stretch, straight, up, plie, stretch, first, second, first, and second. All right, here we go. I might wimp out towards the second set, so here we go. We have plie, releve, lower straight again. Resist, down, now up straight. Plie, stretch, up, straight, plie, tendu second. Plie, releve, lower straight again. And up, straight, plie, up, straight, plie, and repeat in first. Resist, pressing the floor away, plie, oh, now we press the floor away. And again. Last time, second, plie first. Now up straight. And finish. Good. All right. Let's just, now let's move on to a tendu now. And we'll kind of give our releve muscles a break and move on to a tendu here. And we'll do this one. This one doesn't go up on point at all, so we'll do this one facing, or sorry, one hand at the bar. And we did this a long time ago, kind of our rolling back and forth exercise to really feel comfortable in our shoes and make them an extension of our foot, not just these foreign blocks on our toes. So we'll have, in fifth position, we'll keep our arms to the side the whole time. We'll have tendu, roll through. Oh, wait, hold on, what was the timing? Oh, no, that wasn't our music. tendu side. This one's hard because you don't have the bar. Roll through, close front, tendu, demi-push, and close to the back. Roll through, and fifth, and back. Demi-push, and close. Again, side, roll through, close back, and tendu, demi-push, and close. And then you can either keep one hand on the bar. We're going to plie. For this one, let's bring one foot our adagio susu. So our front foot is going to come and meet our back foot, and we'll releve there in susu. If you would rather face the bar after this and then plie, front foot to back foot, and then balance there in susu to finish. Yeah. So tendu, roll through, and close. Tendu, demi-push, and close. Same thing on kwa, and then plie, front foot to back foot, susu. Let's balance with the arms up fifth high, or you can keep them kind of low in first if you need quick access to the bar, whatever your choice is. So really for these roll throughs, really making sure as we go to the front that we're using our inner thigh leg muscles to push our heel forward, and we're squeezing through the glutes and the backs of the legs. So as we roll through, it's not the heel that comes up. We want to rotate. And again, that heel comes forward, both heels sending forward. And then we put a little bit on it as we demi-push, and close. So really treating the feet kind of like cat feet. Yeah. All right, here we go. En kwa. And tendu. Roll through, and fifth, and out. Demi-push, and fifth to the side, out. And switch, close front, out. Demi-push, without lifting the hip. Close back to the back, toes go back. Heels forward. Fifth, back, demi-push, and fifth. Last time side. Squeezing the backs of the legs so we're not rolling on the feet. And ready for that face susu balance. And rotating through the hip sockets. Our inner thighs are pressing together. Feeling that balance. Careful that we're not pushed back. And plie. And finish. Good. When we do that susu balance, really, if you don't have a mirror in front of you right now, I recommend kind of getting in front of one just on your own time later. Because a lot of times, especially in pointe shoes, when we're balancing on the, up on pointe, there's this huge tendency to just kind of perch back, because we can kind of sit there when we're in susu, and we can kind of perch back slightly, and we can balance there, that's great. But the second we start doing turns in the center, soutenus, or pirouettes even, if we're perched back even the slightest bit, it's not going to be successful. So really be aware of that, because you can balance perched back, so we're like, oh, this is perfect, I'm in the perfect form. But take a minute to look at yourself in the mirror and make sure that there's length right here in your spine. Our ribs are closed. We want our shoulders over our hips, not kind of the middle where that little divot is in our glutes. We want it over our hip bones, which is kind of in front of our body. We don't want to stick out the butt to do that. We still want to be rotating and squeezing here so the glutes are going down to the floor, but our shoulders are kind of over our hips there to balance. And now my core is really engaged, my back's being utilized. Here I don't have that same power. So it's just something to think about if you're in front of a mirror and can see that. All right, enough ranting about that. Let's go to the other side. And right, here we go, our cat-like feet for these roll throughs. Tendu, up and and over, up and over, fifth, and out, demi push, same thing here, your shoulders over your hips, backs and legs engaged, close front, demi push, close fifth, to the back, same thing, make sure we're not purging back, and back, demi push, and close, last time side, up and over, this was a hard one, and close, demi push, and up first, Susu bounce, plie, front foot meets the back foot, all right, test it out, make sure we're not perching back, ribs are closed, shoulders over those front hip bones, and plie, and finish, good. All right, now let's pick things up with a little bit of a faster releve. So now we'll come back, oh gosh, we'll come back facing the bar. So now we have a little bit of a peppier spring up to releve. And same thing here, especially when we start doing faster releves, make sure it doesn't become back and back. Yeah, I tell my kids like you're going in a toaster oven and you don't want anything to get burnt in that toaster oven. You're just going straight up and straight down with your shoulders right over your hip bones. So we're gonna have 5 quick releves in each position. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, hold, 7, 8, plie, second. So we're gonna échapper out to second. 2, 3, 4, and 5. We balance and hold, and échapper into fifth. We have our susus. Now we have our scooping up to where both of our toes meet inside our center line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold, plie, and stretch, tendu, back to first. And we do the same thing again, but now we close with our left leg front for those susus. So 5 releves, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 5, hold, 6, hold 7, hold 8, plie on, and échapper out to the next position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we move, since we're coming down slower, we'll move our front foot out of the way to plie, and then tendu back to first. So all the other susus are both of our toes meeting our center line, and then both toes slide out evenly, and that very last one when we come down from our balance, our front foot moves out, and then we'll plie, tendu back to first. Yeah? So 5 quick releves, first, second, and fifth are susus, making sure that we're not doing a little breakdance action with our upper body. All right, here we go. Here it is. And let's see if I can get to the bar fast enough. And up, 2, 3, 4, hold, out to second, 2, 3, 4, see if you can test your balance a little bit. And susu, 2, scoop, 4, 1 more, hold, and plie, stretch, tendu, our sous-sus. Downstairs neighbors are probably angry, so we won't repeat that combination. All right, now let's do our coming up and down on one leg. Let me play my music because this timing is a little different. Okay, I think I remember what I did. So we'll start, this is kind of a more basic or foundational exercise for this up and down on one leg, so we can really kind of focus on the nitty-gritty of it and keeping our weight over the ball of our foot, squeezing and rotating into our sous-sus. Yeah, so we're kind of taking out all the fluff of the combination and really kind of working on the core of it. So we're gonna have plie on one. Oh, we all come in at the front. So plie on one, slide out to up to sous-sus, down plie, and out, sous-sus, slide out to lower straight. Same thing side and back. Plie 1 and 2, close front, plie, and 5, sous-sus, close back, and land straight legs the second time. Plie on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Wait, 7, 8, 7, just land 8. We have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And then we start to the other side. Yeah. Plie 1. Here we go. Now we're going to shift our weight to that ball of that supporting foot. And now we keep that sliding up to sous-sus 3, plie 4, and 5. Again, 6. Now we land, squeezing, rotate straight. Plie 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down, straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down, straight. 1, pas de bourrée 3, 4, 5, pas de bourrée 7, and 8. Or down straight. Yeah. Just fit those pas de bourrées in there. It's hard to remember without the music, but just fit those pas de bourrées in there. Land 5th so that we can plie on 1. And there's 2 pas de bourrées. And not a coupe pas de bourrée this time. Just kind of getting backside front, roll through, backside front, and 5th. Plie 1. All right, here we go. So really thinking of keeping that weight over the ball of the foot without lifting that working hip. Keeping those hips down and level. Whoa. Keeping those hips down and level, but the weight over our supporting foot. And when we come up to sous-sus, really thinking of both inner thighs, squeezing and rotating tight together. All right, here we go. And plie on 1. Backside front, plie, and stretch. Backside sous-sus, fondue. Backside sous-sus, plie and stretch. Oh, my goodness, I didn't realize how much of a leg burner that one would be. But yeah, when you're really kind of controlling where that weight is and controlling it slowly to land on one leg and slowly to scoop up using one leg, it really does activate a lot of those muscles there. So I hope you feel that too. All right, let's do some practicing scooping up to releve on one leg. Just a little bit, but we're going to be scooping up to one leg. So we'll have plie, coupe front, sous-sus, plie, coupe front, sous-sus, plie, and stretch. Again, plie, coupe front, sous-sus, plie, coupe front, back, sous-sus. From the back, plie, coupe back, sous-sus, plie, coupe back, sous-sus. One more plie, coupe back. We're going to try to balance on one leg, even if that's just a little light pin on the bar. 6, sous-sus. And then plie and stretch. And then we'll start with the left side. So, plie, coupe front, sous-sus. Plie, coupe front, sous-sus. Plie and stretch. Again, plie, coupe front, sous-sus. Plie, front, back, sous-sus. And plie, coupe back, sous-sus, plie, coupe back, sous-sus, plie. Now we stay coupe back, and we try to just balance. Again, don't perch. Just try to feel kind of where you are, pulling up on that standing hip. Sous-sus, plie, and stretch. Yeah? So just kind of listen, well, before we listen to the timing of it, just kind of some things to think about. So I think we spoke about this the last class or two, of really thinking of scooping something up with that coupe foot so we can get our weight over our standing leg. We don't want to have releve. We got to move our center line over. So we don't want to releve and then connect it. We want to use that coupe foot to push and scoop over that standing leg. Push and scoop over that standing leg. It's sharp, it's cutting. All right, so just kind of listen to the timing so we know kind of the musicality, because again, it's kind of a play on the musicality as well. Play on one, plie, coupe, sous-sus, plie, coupe, sous-sus, plie, stretch. Again, plie, coupe, sous-sus, plie, coupe front, back, sous-sus, and plie, coupe back, sous-sus, plie, coupe back, sous-sus, plie, coupe back, and hold, 2, 3, 4, sous-sus, plie, and stretch. Other side, play on one, coupe, yeah. All right. If we mess up those counts at the end, it's not the end of the world, as long as you're ready to play on one to the other side and get a nice balance in there. All right, here we go. So really scooping up and over our standing leg. And we have plie one, scoop, sous-sus, plie, coupe, sous-sus, plie, stretch. Again, plie, coupe, sous-sus, plie, coupe, front, back, sous-sus, from the back, plie, coupe, back, sous-sus, plie, coupe, back, sous-sus. Again, plie, coupe, back. Test your balance. leg on pointe shoes is rough, but as long as we can feel the right muscles being engaged at first, pulling up on our standing hip, squeezing and rotating through the back, our shoulders over our hip bones, not just the middle of our legs, then at least we're gaining something. So now we'll take it up to a passe, a little different though. Okay, so now we're taking our one-legged relevés up to passe. A little challenging fondue in here, so be ready for that. But we'll have plie on one again, plie one, passe, and close, sous, again, passe, and close, sous. Now plie, passe, land fondue, pas de bourrée, and change, we go other side. Plie, passe, and down, sous, plie, passe, down, sous, plie, passe, fondue, that one's a tricky one, pas de bourrée, switch and hold. We'll probably do this right, left, because it's kind of a short one. So with this passe, we just worked on the scooping our coupe leg over to our standing leg right away quickly. With that coupe, same thing applies to passe. We're just scooping our ice cream up a little higher this time. Yeah, so instead of just scooping to our ankle, now we're scooping ankle knee. And now we're closing sous, so we keep that our weight over standing leg as we close, and then we can bring that, change our middle down to equal weight on 2 feet. Yeah, so if I put a little line here to show where my center line is, plie, passe, close, sous, now plie, passe right away, close, sous, plie, passe. I stay right over there as I fondue, pas de bourrée, switch, and then we're ready to go to the other side. All right, here we go. Plie, passe, close, sous, plie, passe, close, sous, plie, passe. Switch to fondue back, pas de bourrée, little dégagé on pointe to change so we can go to the other side. All right, here we go. Right, left. And plie, passe, close, sous, plie, passe, close, sous, plie, passe, fondue, pas de bourrée, and switch, other side. Plie, passe, and down, plie, passe, down to sous, plie, passe, fondue, pas de bourrée, switch. Let's go again. Plie, sous, go up as you close. Plie, sous, go taller. Plie, sous, pas de bourrée, switch. Here we go. Again, plie, up, grow taller. Up. Don't forget that scoop. Fondue, pas de bourrée, change and finish. Good. I don't know about you guys, but all this kind of relevating on one leg kind of helps you feel really where your balance is. We're kind of repeating that balance on one leg. Not only does it strengthen that foot and that whole leg, because we're using that leg to kind of hoist your whole body up, but it really kind of helps you figure out where your balance is when you're on pointe, when you're coming down, when you're going to the other side. So it's good for practicing for balance. All right, let's take the bar away. We'll just kind of finish off our class with some walks in the center. I don't know where I'm gonna put this. Put it here. Yeah, so we'll just finish off with some nice walks. Let me remember with my music. turner. And we'll start walking on our right leg. So we'll have 8 walks and kind of going down whatever space you are. We'll kind of go down the diagonal and then curve it back up, kind of like a little figure 8 pattern. So we'll start standing on our left leg. We'll start stepping on our right leg. We'll have 8 walks. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Start turning around 6 and 7 and 8. And then we're gonna have step, close 5th, and step, close 5th, and step, close 5th, a little coupe to change to be plus, so we can go the other side. So we have 8 walks, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You can do my arms or do your own, and 8. And let's do 1 and step, and 1 and 5th, and 1 and 5th, and coupe and change. And then we'll go to the other side. Yeah, so again, with these walks, we worked on at the bar with our tangis, a lot of this up and over, up and over. So that's the kind of motion we want to feel for our walks, since we're stepping from a bent leg to a straight leg. So we kind of got to have a little up and over action, sending our heel forward. And now we can have the shoulders a little bit behind the hips, just a little. We don't want to walk with our weight too far forward. Now we can kind of hang back like it's very lazy, luxurious summer afternoon. Yeah. So you have 8 walks, and now for these steps. Now we got to quickly get to our standing leg and close. Stepping on a straight leg and close, straight leg and close, coupe and change. All right, here we go. 8 walks, step front, 5th, step back, 5th, step side, 5th, coupe and change. Here we go. We'll just go right and left. And so starting stepping on your right leg. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Start moving around. 6, 7, 8, and step. Close 5th. Step on a straight leg. Close 5th. Step on a straight leg. Close 5th. Little coupe to change. And from the left. 2, 3. Really feeling that articulation through the feet. 6, 7, 8. Step. 5th. And step. 5th. And step. 5th. Coupe and change. Good. We won't do it again, but one thing that a muscle that's really important to strengthen, especially for flat shoes, but also for point shoes too, is that muscle that we use to kind of right here to kind of wing our foot. So keeping the toes pointed and kind of winging the foot back a little bit, because we use that here when we're stepping so that we can turn out on a straight leg. We don't want to force so that our knee isn't going to be over our toes, but we want to make sure we're not stepping and then sending the heel down. We want to use these muscles to send the toes back and the heel can come forward, yeah, but still maintaining the engagement here so that it's not our knee kind of buckling over. So anyways, we finished. We got through it. I got through without my ibuprofen. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for putting on the boots with me this Monday. Have a nice rest of your week, and I'll see you again next Monday. Bye.